So we got an update coming to Pokemon Unite in a couple days. Let's see what it's all about. So there's just the overview going over Alcremie and a few big fixes, but we'll see what we're saying. We'll see what they're saying later on. So we got Rayquaza getting increased by 10%. I think that'll be good, just so it can't be just immediately ripped and wiped if someone's 1 second out of position. It makes it a little bit easier to control if you've been winning the whole game. So I think that will be really good. Similarly with Zapdos, not too concerned about that because I don't play remote at all. So then the experience system. This is like a big thing coming up where if you're behind on level, you don't get a boosted experience because a lot of people were purposely getting behind. So I think that will be really good and make those middle farms more valuable if you're able to snipe them. Now we're getting into the buffs and nerfs, not burfs. So we got Lucario getting a buff with its cooldowns decreasing and Bone Rush close. Okay, so an all-around buff pretty much to all of its moves because it's just not picked a lot. So that'll be interesting to see if he's picked more now. And then similarly, Rapidash just isn't picked, buffing its moves. So I still don't think it's going to be good. It's just outclassed by a bunch of other speedsters. So it'll be interesting to see if it does get a buff at all or like a increase in pick rate, but I don't think it will, honestly. Cinderace getting a buff, just a little bit more durability and less likely to be sniped out of a Pyro Ball, which I think is perfectly fine because that was a huge weakness. Greedent, though, getting a huge buff with its defenses and some buffs with its moves as well. So I'm curious to see how this will play out for us because Greedent is arguably the worst defender currently. So maybe we'll see an increase. And then perhaps what I think is the biggest buff is a decent buff to Sylveon coming up on the fairy season. I think Sylveon's going to run rampant. Mew getting an all-around damage buff. Umbreon getting some defense increase but decrease to its moves in Unite. And just some nerfs that needed to happen. Hoopa, Psyduck, not so much, but just a lot of nerfs that needed to happen. But that's kind of what's coming up this week. Let me know what you think of the upcoming buffs and nerfs in the comments below.